Hello, beautiful simmers. Today we're going over the Sims 4 season CAS items. This expansion pack retails for $39.99 USD. However, every few months the EA app does offer sales where you can get this pack at a discount. If you do decide to purchase this expansion pack, you can use a creator code. While it doesn't give you a discount, it is a way to support your favorite creators in that it currently gives them a 5% commission. At the end of this video, I'll be giving you my thoughts and some styled looks that I put together on this pack. Let's get into it. While it doesn't look like we get any new aspirations, we do get some new death types. We have death by freezing. This sim died from excessive exposure to freezing temperatures. Death by lightning. This sim was struck by lightning one time too many. Then we have death by flowers. This sim's life ended with a death-scented flower arrangement. The irresistible gift led to a fatal outcome. Then we have death by overheating. This sim died from prolonged exposure to high temperatures. We're starting off with the toddler female sims. Now, they don't get any new hairstyles for the toddler female sims, but they do get some hats. They've got this little beanie here for the wintertime and a little, I don't know, it reminds me of like an elf hat, to be perfectly honest. So we do get this. It doesn't cover their ears, so I'm not sure how their ears are supposed to actually stay warm, but we do get a little rain hat, which I do think is kind of cute, especially for the season's pack. So yeah, we don't really have anything like that in the game. Now we're on to tops. We do have this vest with a long sleeve shirt, which is pretty cute. Now we do have this elf costume, which will go great with the elf hat. So there's that. Look at the little bells on the elf shoes. I thought that was kind of cute. We do have a rain attire here. And out of all the packs that I've seen, I feel like this is one of those packs where the toddlers get so many items, which I guess it does make sense because everybody's going to need some clothing for seasons. Now we do have this Christmas tree, which is kind of interesting. And then we do get this cute little swimsuit. I love the little skirt at the bottom. I think that's adorable. And then we have this other swimsuit. We have the ruffles on the top, and I think that's cute as well. And then it's actually a tie, which is kind of interesting for a little kid swimsuit. Now we're getting another rain jacket full body item, and we do get quite the number of swatches here. They're not exactly my favorite, but I do think this dress is cute, and I think it's supposed to be more for like a Christmas dress, but I guess you could use it for anything. Valentine's Day, like we sell those hearts. And then we have this outdoor item, which is more for like the summertime and playing around in, I guess. Now going through shoes, we do get these snow boots, which are kind of cute. I like how it looks more gold than yellow, and these look more silver lines than gray. Now we do get these outdoor shoes as well for like the summertime. I think this is a cute item for toddlers. And then we have these rain boots here. I love the red with the black polka dots. It's giving me ladybug vibes. I just love that. And then they do get some gloves here. They look more like gardening gloves to me, to be perfectly honest. Now, here are some of the styled looks that we're just going through with the feminine toddler sims. We actually get quite a number of styled looks. Now, keep in mind that when we go through these type of styled looks, that they do utilize base game items, but I think it's a neat idea to see how some of these clothing pieces look with other items. But it's kind of interesting because here you're seeing a hat that we haven't seen yet, and the little toddler female sims do not get that hat, but the little boys do. We'll see that after a while. Now going through the child female sims, they do get a new hairstyle, and I actually quite like this. I wish they would have done the edges though. And then we have this beautiful ballerina bun with a big bow at the back, which I think is super cute. And you can see that the bow did change colors, and I really wish that we could separate that to where we could change it to whatever we wanted with whatever hair color we wanted. I feel like they really need to get that changed. Now we did get a beanie hat, and then of course we get a rain bucket hat as well. And then we're going into tops. I actually really love this pea coat. I think it's adorable, and I love a lot of the swatches. I think they did an excellent job with that. We do have a vest here with a plaid shirt underneath. I think they did a good job doing that as well. I would have liked to have seen more feminine or girly swatches, I should say. More cute items. Now we do get a couple more jackets here, and we do have a winter coat right now that we're getting into, and it's kind of puffy. And then we get this jean jacket, more for fall. So there's that. I do like how the hood isn't painted on. I appreciate that. And then we do get another big puffy winter coat with a turtleneck underneath. I kind of like this one. I think it's kind of cute. And then we're getting into the bottoms. Didn't find any bottoms, but we do have a full body outfit. We've got quite a bit actually in this pack. And this outfit here is super cute. It's like she's wearing that pea coat, but it's open. That's what it kind of is looking to me. But then we have this cute little dress. I love that bow there. I think they did an excellent job designing this one and making it so the bow sticks out and isn't actually painted on. And of course she gets the elf outfit as well, and we'll see, maybe it's a family affair. I don't know. Will everybody get an elf outfit? I guess we'll just have to wait and see. We do get this item here, which to me looks more like it's supposed to be a raincoat, but I do think it is really cute. We've got some cute swatches here as well. This is what I would like to see with that vest item. Now we do have like overalls for the winter. I can't remember what those are called because honestly I haven't been able to find any since I was a child. So there's that. We do get another raincoat, and oh, I love the flower swatches, and of course we've got that little ladybug design, which is wonderful. We do get another dress. You'll see the top is kind of got little pearls or whatever at it, and then a bow in the back, which is beautiful. Then we've got, it looks like another rain jacket, or it could be more for like the fall. And then we have this beautiful dress. I love it. I think it's so cute. Honestly, I would like to wear a dress like this. And I'm liking the swatches that we have of it as well. I love that lacy aspect to it. Now we've got another fall item that's just a little bit more warm. You know, you're getting more close to winter, so there's that. And then the llama on the back. Did you see that on the back of this raincoat? I think, you know, there's a lot of items in here that, yes, are curated towards seasons. Now we do get a cute little swimsuit set for the little girls, and I think this is adorable. I love it. I think it's super cute. Now we're getting into the shoes, and look at that. Bows on the back that aren't painted on. What? I'm really enjoying this, that we've got so many items that do not have painted on stuff, because it seems like they always have so much painted on items, and it just drives me crazy when they do that. Does it not drive you crazy? Because it does me. And then we do get these rain boots as well, so obviously that makes sense. And then we have it striped red and black, but I feel like, you know, we could have used the ladybugs, but whatever. Now we do have some gloves for the child Sims as well. And then we have the styled looks here. As I reminded earlier, that they do utilize some base game items. So just keep that in mind. But I do think that these actually kind of work. I love that peacoat jacket. Oh my God, it's adorable. Now we're getting into the adult sim hairstyles for the females. We've actually got quite a few here. Well, maybe not quite a few, but more than we did for the others. We have a nice bob here. I actually quite like that. And then we have this one, and for some reason, no matter how much I zoom out, you can't see the top of certain things. And I wanted to swatch this hair color here because it did have the highlights or the balayage effect going on. So I just wanted you guys to see what that looks like in other hair colors. Now they do get some hats, and again, I don't know why, as far as I zoom out, I can only get the top, but they do get a scarecrow hat, and then they get this hat as well. which is woven, and it is kind of neat, and I just absolutely adore this hat, the sun hat, but her ears are so big that they poke through it. I mean, yeah. Now we do have this beekeeper hat, which is going to be great for this pack, and then we have this Santa hat as well, which is going to work great for the seasons as well. And then we have this one, which is more for like, I feel like the spring or the maybe, well, I guess you could use it for summer or fall, but it does have a bow in the back and flowers on the front, which I found kind of interesting because usually I feel like it's one or the other. We don't typically get both. So that's kind of a nice aspect. I just had to go through and show you guys the back and the front so you could see that. And of course, they do get a little beanie as well. And of course, it does not go over their ears, but it's not giving like a full-on egg head shape. But this one, it kind of gives their head a funny shape. And I don't know. I think they could have done better on that one. That's my opinion. But what do I know? Now we do get this rain hat here, which is cute. I mean, and then of course we get this beanie as well. And I mean, we've got this hat, which is like, what is it? The Father Christmas or Father Winter hat, whatever. And then for the earrings, we get those cute flowers as well as some leaves, which is kind of interesting. We also have some hearts here as well. And then we have little snowmen, which I think, you know, it goes great with this pack. All of those. Now we do get a cute pair of fashionable sunglasses. I'm actually quite fond of these ones, but wearing this type of sunglasses in real life, I can't stand the little things on the nostril. Like, they always get stuck in my hair. I need to have one that's just full on plastic. We also get these sunglasses, and then we get these interesting ones, which I really wish the child Sims would have gotten, because I think that would be so cute for the little kids. I think that would be adorable. We do get this necklace, which to me looks like it's homemade. No shade. But yeah, and then we get this one as well. I like the little clasp detail that they added to the back. I think that's nice there. And then we do get this top. It almost looks like it could be a swim top. And then we have this one. I don't really like how they did this. I don't know, something about the texture is just off. I feel like they could have done a lot better with that. I do like this zip up jacket. I think it's super cute. Well, I guess it's not zip up all the way, but it has a lot of zippers. And then I'm loving this sweater vest. I think it's really cute, and I like how it kind of sticks up a little bit. And I love this one as well. I love the little thumb holes and it going through her fingers as well. And then this one is actually a cute winter jacket. I think it's nice and fashionable in my opinion. And then we have this summer crop top, and it is like a DIY style, and it's also got some tie-dye aspects to it. Now we're getting into pants items. Now we do have some like you're going out in the snow pants. Yeah, we do have some of those. And then we have some jean skirts as well. We actually get quite a few swatches, and some of them have ombre swatches. Now this one, you guys know the kind of fabric that would be called? I can feel it, but I don't know what it's called. Now we have these shorts, I think are cute, and then we also have a pair of these shorts as well, which are a little bit shorter, but I do like the little doily type at the bottom, you know. Now the Sims do get a bracelet, which looks like it's probably homemade, but I think it's cute nonetheless. I really do like those swatches. It would have been cool to see more just because I do like that bracelet so much. Now for the adult female Sims, we actually get 2 pair of gloves. Now I still feel like they resemble more like gardening gloves. I don't know if that's what it's supposed to be or not, but yeah. Now we do get some, well, leggings, but they're kind of more like tights they're categorized in the leggings department. Now we do get a few pairs of shoes. We actually have these snow boots, which I'm very fond of. I love the little faux fur at the top. We're going faux fur because we love animals, right? And we got this pair of tennis shoes here. And then these ones look like, to be honest, they look like the boots that you wear when you're out on the farm. That's what they look like. But look at those flowers. I love those on the side. I think they're going for rain boots here. But yeah. And then we have a pair of regular boots, which I think are nice. I actually quite like these. I think they're pretty. Now we're getting into the full-bodied items, and then we have a cute heart dress, and then we have whatever that other one is. It's supposed to be a beekeeper uniform. I don't know. But then we also have this one, which almost looks like it could be used as a pajama, but also in a summertime attire. And I actually really love that this swimsuit. I think it's super cute. Then we have this Mrs. Claus outfit here. And then of course we have an ice skater. Wait, why did we not get ice skates? What? Wait a minute. Okay, that's interesting. Now we do have this dress here, and then we have, this is kind of interesting. I do like that the tie isn't painted on, of course. Then we have a rain jacket here, and unfortunately I did leave the boots on throughout all these items, so you guys are going to see how it pairs with these boots. But we have this raincoat item here as well. A very interesting swatches, like they've all got designs going on. And then of course, you know, if you ever wanted to be a gnome, then live out your dreams with this pack, because you can be a gnome. Now we do have some ski attire or winter attire, and then we have this sweater dress, which would be super cute, putting leggings underneath or something. So I do like this one actually. And then we have this dress here, which is kind of cute. I don't know, it's just a little, I feel like it's just missing something. This one is too painted on for my liking, but it is like a nice little outfit for hanging out at the beach. We have this dress here. The tie isn't quite as painted on, and then I don't know, I'm not really feeling the asymmetry there. And it looks like I did this one twice, so you guys get to see that one twice. Now we do have a bunny costume because of course it's season, so Easter, I guess. Now we do get another dress, and it's got some interesting patterns. I do like the flowery ones though. And then we have well, I guess this would be Mother Christmas or Mother Winter, I don't know. Now this one's kind of funny because the rain jacket completely covers her hair, and I was not expecting that. She looks funny in it, not that it's necessarily funny, but I think it could also work, like if you've got the, you know, you have the hijabs and everything. I think that could work if you want your sim to be Muslim and practicing with the hijab and everything. I think that would work great. Now here we have the styled looks. Again, they do utilize base game items as well, but it gives you an idea, and I'll be putting my own styled looks together towards the end when I give you my final thoughts on these CAS items. So just keep that in mind. That, oh my god, that does nothing for her head. That prior hat, what were they thinking? Now we're going through the male side of CAS. We've got a little toddler male here, and as I mentioned, the toddler female sims did not get this hat. No, but in the styled looks, they have it. I don't know why. I have no idea. Anyways, they are getting the same hats, but a bonus hat. So I guess this is one of those times where the male side get a little bit more than the female side, at least when it comes to toddlers. Well, head accessories, that is. And the toddlers get the hairstyle, while the the female toddler sims did not. Jeez, you'd think I could talk. Now they do get this same sweater. Well, this isn't a sweater vest, it's just a vest. But this item I thought was really cute, this little tuxedo type outfit. I think it's so adorable. Now they do get a swimsuit. I don't believe the female sims got this one. No, they didn't. But I do think that's cute. And then they have this same rain jacket, couldn't think of that word. And then of course they want to be a little elf, you know, school plays or Christmas concerts, whatever. Now they do get that snowsuit attire the same as the little toddlers do, and then of course the little boys get to be Christmas trees too. We have this we have this summer short set, and then we have this item here which we've seen on the toddler female Sims, but this will give you an idea of what it might look like on your little boy toddler Sims. Of course they get the gloves as well, and to me, like I said, they look like gardening gloves. Going through the shoes, it looks like we're getting the same shoes as well for the boys. So if you want to skip to the next part, you certainly can. I just like to go through and show what each sim for male and female is getting, so you guys can get an idea, because maybe you're somebody who likes to play with the male sim, or maybe you're somebody who likes to play with the female sim or the child sim or whatever, you know, or maybe you like all and you just want to see what they have. So that's why I do that. But we do have those styled looks there, and some of them are kind of cute. Now we're going to the little boys side, and we do get a couple new hairstyles. I can't really complain about those two hairstyles. I actually like both of them, because sometimes I feel like the hairstyles in the male department are completely lacking. And they get the same hats as the female Sims do. Now this shirt we saw for the girl child sim, and it's that flannel underneath with that vest over it. Now they do get that raincoat, or this is a coat for maybe in the fall. So I think we got this one as well. I'm pretty sure we did. Now they get this puffy winter jacket, and I'm pretty sure this is the same one here, and this one is the same one as well. So we're getting quite a bit of recycled items. Some kind of makes sense, but I guess these items look, oh, Mr. Rogers. But I guess those items do work for either or. But this is totally giving me a Mr. Rogers vibes, and I absolutely love that. Got the sweater, the bow tie. Oh, yes, perfect. Now they get this recycled item, and like I said, it can work for either or, but I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes recycling is okay, other times it's not. It might work in this pack, but going on to the shoes, they get these same items as well. But you guys are going to have to let me know what are your thoughts on recycled items? Are there ever any time where it's okay for them to recycle items, or is it specifically a no-go for you? And if so, that there are certain times that they can recycle items, what do you think those items are? Like that elf costume, I think that that's fine to recycle. We have the overall snow overalls here, and then we have the little raincoat here as well. Like I said, a lot of these items are completely recycled, which I think is kind of okay, I guess. But some of them look a little better on female Sims. I don't know. But I thought this suit item was really cute. I think they did a great job on this particular item here. I really do like it, and love a bow tie. Then we have this one as well. And we do have some of those more feminine swatches. Now we do get the rash guard shirt for swimming and the swim trunks that go perfectly with it. And then we get this attire here, which, like I said earlier, we saw from the little girl's side, but now you can see what it looks like on a little boy. And again, the raincoat with the llama on the back. So there's that. And now we're getting into styled looks for the little boys. Now, some of these videos I pre-recorded and before I did the CAS clock speed, so yeah, my apologies. We do get some new hairstyles for the men, and other than this recycled hairstyle, I like the other two. They also get a full-on beard with the mustache kind of curling up. They also get this scarecrow hat with the flower on the side, and then they get this woven hat. I'm not really sure what the name is for this type of hat. And of course, men's Sims need the beekeeper hat as well. And then, of course, they get the Santa hat, so I do think it's okay to recycle some of those items. They get the rain hat as well. These are going to be the same swatches that we've seen earlier. So, yeah. And then, of course, this one, again, doesn't cover the ears, which he does have big ears, but that wasn't going to save him. Even if he had small ears, they weren't going to be covered. We've got the Father Winter hat. And then we have the sunglasses, of course. I do think that these ones look better on the male framed Sims. But yeah, then they also get these sunglasses. They don't get the third pair of sunglasses that the female Sims had, but whatever. Then we have this nice item here, which I actually quite like. I think it's kind of nice, and I can't really explain the vibes it's getting. We have this muscle tank here. It's giving me workout vibes, very much so. Then, you know, we have this summer shirt. Maybe he's chilling by the pool. Or I don't know, maybe it's hot out and he just unbuttoned his shirt. Who knows? Then we have this tank here as well. And then we've got this one where it looks more like a running attire, but it does have the llama on the side, and I think that's so cute. We've got this big puffy jacket for winter. Well, I should say coat. But it's very puffy, very, very puffy. Now, I actually quite like this, and I love the detail of the collar kind of sticking out a little bit. I think that's done very nice. I like some of the swatches for this jacket. And then we have this one, which I think is another nice item that we have. I feel like it's a little bit odd in some way, but it's okay. Then we've got this item here. It's okay, in my opinion. And then going through the pants, it looks like we're getting some recycled items here because of course we would. So we got those recycled snow pants. And then we've got these shorts, which I actually quite like. I kind of like the little plaid or gingham style underneath. I think that's kind of nice. And then they do get these pants with the football belt, so I like that. And then, of course, they get a swimsuit because everybody in this pack does get a swimsuit. So that's cool. And then they have these pants here. So the pockets are so long. And I'm not sure if these are supposed to be like, you know, snow pants or what. But yeah. Then we're going through the shoes. And these... We get some of the same boot or some of the same shoes that we did for the women's side. And then, like I said, these ones just look like you're out in the farm working, but I think they're supposed to be rain boots, but who knows, not me. Now we do get these snow boots, which it looks more like they're meant for, well, maybe not skiing, I guess. I don't know. And then the men do get this bracelet. They just get one of them. And then, of course, they get the gloves as well. And I'm not really sure what the gloves are supposed to be for. I'm not really getting it. Now, I do like this suit here. I like that little shiny detail there. And I think this is a really nice item that we've got in this pack. I'm pretty fond of it, and I tend to use it quite a bit, not gonna lie. And then we get this item here, which the bottom... The pants are just a little weird for me for that outfit, to be completely honest. Now, we just got one swatch and one item, which is kind of weird that they do that with some of these clothing items. Now, we've got the ice skating outfit, and I just think it's odd that we don't have any ice skates. And we've got this item here that looks like, you know, you're out maybe in the snow, maybe skiing, I don't know. But we've got the Father Winter outfit. I want to keep on wanting to say Father Christmas. Is it Father Winter or Father Christmas? And of course a gnome, because everybody wants to be a gnome, right? Or a bunny, because, you know, actually this bunny is kind of cute, not gonna lie. Now here are the styled looks for the male Sims. And again, keep in mind that it does utilize some of the base game items. And then shortly we'll be seeing my created looks. But I do think that a lot of these items here. Like, I just love that suit. I think, oh, and then you can see some of them match the hat very nicely. As I was putting together my styled looks, I did notice some hidden items here that popped up later on. Now these you do have to unlock, but I am showing you them, and so you can see what you get once you unlock or reach a certain level of a skill. And I do like that first one, the gardening one. And we do have a Boy Scouts hat. Well, I guess it's supposed to be reminiscent of Boy Scouts, but for some reason it did not pop up for the little girls. Now, I don't know if it will after another update, but that's just something to keep in mind. As we do get other updates, sometimes clothing disappears from the packs. So just keep that in mind if there is something that was missed. But I did put together some of these outfits, and I think they go together quite nicely. I mean, I guess I forgot to put shoes on them, but whatever. I do think that they can create some nice attire that go very nicely together, and that's something that I look for within a pack. But I do think this one was kind of funny that I put together. I'm not gonna lie, I do think that is kind of hilarious. Now this is seasons, so you are getting multiple different types of clothing. So that's something to think about as well. Now these ones I did add some shoes to, and I created a lot more looks just because I think I forgot that I had recorded some earlier. But I do like these style looks nonetheless. Sometimes it's harder to pick out styled looks, and other times it's a lot easier to create your own styles, but this is something that will give you an idea of some of the looks that you can create with them. Now, I do love that we get a lot more ski attire, or winter attire, I guess I should say, but of course it's seasons, so that makes sense. I will say that this pack for clothing items, I do like it pretty well. I think it's got some fun items, but then there's some that it's just kind of like, eh. But I do think if you do decide to get it, I think that it's something that you should probably get on sale. That's me personally. If you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please do give it a big thumbs up, as that does help my channel out. All right, guys, I will see you all in the next video.